In the second period, but Liverpool, I mean, they ended the game so dominantly. They put everything on the line, didn't they? In the last 25, 30 minutes, I mean, it was all or nothing from them.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they were chasing the game from the first half, going 1-0 behind, but I definitely thought they were the better team overall, even though I would have felt slightly sorry for Forest if they hadn't got anything out the game, because they put an awful lot in. But visually, they look so much fitter and so much stronger in that second half, Liverpool, that, as I say, if there was going to be a third goal and a deciding goal, I fancied it being Liverpool. I think Nottingham Forest will be relieved for the final whistle, more so than Liverpool. But it keeps it interesting. It was a great game for a 1-1. You know, it was not like it was filled with goals, but it had pretty much everything. Their goalkeeper, Sells, made a couple of brilliant saves as well. So, yeah, it was a fascinating game and typical Premier League game.
Yeah, absolutely. And to sum up Liverpool's dominance, the last 13 shots on goal in that game came from Liverpool. That sequence was started by Diogo Jota's equalising goal. 22 seconds after coming off the bench on.
That's what you want as a sub, isn't it? Come on, your first touch, little header. He always amazes me when he's in that box. The amount of headers he wins and the opportunities he gets, but the ball in now is an unbelievable, right in the area it needs to be, and he's there. And the header, it's a nice glancing header into that far corner, man. You'd be proud of that.
It is, yeah, it is a really good header. I just wondered whether Murillo got a tiny touch on it, which would have made the header even more difficult. He wouldn't have had time to adjust. I thought it's just skimmed Murillo's head there. But we see him just coming on, having a quick chat with Luis Diaz, and then just ghosting between Wood and Murillo. And, I mean, just finding, here, this is the one. I just think it clips the head of the defender there. But anyway, it was a really good header, really important header. And I'm fascinated by how many goals he scores with his head for someone so small.
I was just going to say, he's got this knack of getting in between big, you know, physical centre-backs.
Yeah.
But still manages to find that space.
His timing is good. His jump is good. Not that he needed it necessarily there. He wants to score goals, and that sounds an obvious thing, but, I mean, some people go into the box for a corner and just go through the motions. They think, well, there's some big defenders in here, I'm never going to win a header. But I genuinely think he thinks he's going to score every time a cross comes in. And if you've got that attitude, then you've got far better chance of scoring it. So, yeah, I mean, an amazing record with his head for someone so small.
Yeah, and considering Forest have been on this brilliant winning run of late, had kept 5 clean sheets in the last 5 games. They've taken some work to get breached. Will they be disappointed with how they conceded there?
Yeah, more than anything. I think from a set piece where they've been so solid, and it wasn't a great deal of movement or cleverness within that in that situation for Jota to get free. He just ghosted into the space where that zonal marking gap was, and the ball landed perfectly where he was, to be honest. So, yeah, I think they will be upset. But then at the same time, they would have, like I said, they would have taken a point from this game before the game kicked off.
But Liverpool laid siege on that Forest goal, especially towards the last 15, 20 minutes. Let's have a look at the best chances that fell their way. Was it a combination of wayward finishing and some brilliant goalkeeping, Michael?
Absolutely, yeah. The goalkeeper made a couple of great saves, makes himself big there. Jota cut inside on his left foot. Liverpool pinching the ball high. Mo Salah, you know, and that's a real good shimmy to shoot and cut inside, but goalkeeper's live to it. And then Jota again, as Trent Alexander-Arnold plays a cracking ball across. And that is a brilliant save. I mean, Jota does everything well. Bouncing like that, so easy to sky it over the bar, but he keeps it down and the goalkeeper makes a great save. And then it was Mo Salah's turn, Sean. Yeah,
it was, and you can see exactly what he's trying to do here. He just doesn't set it wide enough, and Sells again is there to stop that. And then another great ball in. And just chances, and Aina's there on the line and that for me is a fantastic block. The way he turns his body just so it hits him on the thigh there is brilliant from him.
Salah did everything right, didn't he? I mean, he again kept it low, kept it on target, hit it really well. This is incredible. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought brilliant, but then when I saw it for the second time, you see that little deflection and how late he sees it and how he adjusts and tips it round. I mean, he couldn't believe it, and nor could I.
No. Well, you can see Slot almost with a wry smile there. So let's get his post-match reaction, shall we? Here is the Liverpool head coach.
Have you had a bigger impact? 22 seconds before they linked to give you the equaliser.
Yeah, you need to be a little bit lucky with that because we took Ibu out, who's normally a big threat in set pieces. But we all know Jota can score a goal. Costas has a good set piece. So yeah, we brought them in to score a goal during the game or in the end of the game, but they immediately did it after 20 seconds.
And you spoke pre-match about the Forest defence. I mean, it could have been more, couldn't it, had it not been for their goalkeeper and some of the saves?
Yeah, the goalkeeper, but definitely also the defenders, because I think the goalkeeper had to make a few incredible saves, but their defenders also prevented some shots on target because they blocked almost every shot. I couldn't have asked for more. Second half performance was outstanding. There are not many teams that can create so many chances against a team that's defensively so strong. And unfortunately, we couldn't score the second.
That's the thing, isn't it? They're quite happy for you to have the ball. How does that affect the dynamics and obviously the way you then have to go and try and break them down?
It's so difficult. I said it after the United game. Every time you have the ball, you have to go past 11 players because the other team, when the goalkeeper has, they kick it long. So that's also their strength. So first you have to defend it, which is difficult enough because Wood and all these fast wingers. So first you have to win the second ball, and if you win the second ball, they just go back in a low block with 11 players around the 18-yard box, and then with such a good defenders and a good goalkeeper, it's so hard for every team to create here. That's why I was so happy with our second half performance, because it was just one chance after another if we played, because there was also a lot of moments where it took a while before the restart was there.
I was going to say, there seemed to be a lot of frustration on the sidelines. What was the main cause of that, do you feel?
Us being 1-0 down or being 1-1, that's always the main reason to be frustrated. And then you want as much playing time as you can, but the team that's happy with the current result wants as less playing time as they possibly can. So there were, for example, a moment where they went to the floor. There was not a head injury, and the referee blows his whistle, and there's not even treatment. Those are moments you try to say, okay, this is maybe what they want, and let's try to prevent that. But yeah, that's not why we had a draw. I think Nottingham Forest can look back at a very good game, defended really well, and we can look back at a very good second half.
And that's the thing, as we head into the Premier League in the new year, I mean, are you satisfied with where your team, or do you feel that they're better now than they were the last time you played Nottingham Forest?
Oh, we were definitely better than the last time we played Forest. That wasn't that difficult though. Yeah. We didn't create much chances back then. We created a lot today. So second half of the season is always more difficult. You've already faced the team. They know us better. They know our playing style even better. Some teams even bring players in during the winter break or bring a new manager in. So the second half, and they have to fight for every point. So here at Forest, they want to stay up where they are. And next week, maybe you can face a team that's in a relegation battle. So to win in the second half of the season is always harder than in the first. But if we can continue bringing these performances in like we did the second half, then we will not always be that unlucky that it ends with a draw.
Thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.